This is my 2003 Z4 I bought off of auction. Now, I know what you're thinking. Auction? What? Or you're more concerned about the Z4. But this video I'm going to be talking about auctions and if you should or shouldn't buy a car off of an auction.
Now, just like every other purchase that you can make, buying a car off of auction comes with a risk. First of all, it's used. Second of all, you can't inspect it because typically they're on yards and lots that just aren't accessible to the public. And finally, you don't know what issue you're really going to be presented with. Even though you can get performance or quality reports regarding the car, you're stuck a lot of the time. They'll just give you a simple 5-6 second recording of an engine just to make sure it doesn't have knock, or they'll give you a little bit of a roll. So you really end up seeing not a lot about the car. What you do end up seeing is the engine runs and doesn't have knock, or does. Then you can see what features it has and some other stuff, but other than that, you're kind of just let with this unknown regarding the car. The car is kind of a mystery, and I guess that's a bit of a fun part of it, but regarding actual reliability of the car, sometimes you're just left with a bit of a question mark, and for some, that's not really it. For example, this car had a lean running error, a service engine light, thank God not a check engine light, and that was simply a part fix, so I had to swap in a new part, and that basically fixed everything, even if originally it had a more rough idle. That also got fixed because of that. Now, you might not be so lucky. Your code might mean that you have to completely rebuild the engine because the head gas is blown, or that you're burning oil, or that your fuel injectors are absolutely destroyed. You never know these things. However, that's part of the fun. That's part of the project. Also, my convertible top doesn't work. This is a Z4. That's one of its selling points. The fact that it's a small roadster. Without a convertible top, I feel like there's just a layer of complexity I have to deal with that I don't know how to. And even then, this convertible top seems to have an issue that I still can't remedy, even though I've done all the major issues. It's a project, it's fun, it's interesting, but you're just kind of left with a bit of a question mark.
Now, I talked about a couple of the good things and the bad things, but now I want to talk about some things that just might not be talked about a lot. A lot of the times when you do win an auction, the auctioneer isn't going to be super happy about the price. Typically, you're going to snipe a good deal, like how I did. Or you're just going to snipe a deal so good the auctioneer is straight up going to refuse your win. And these are normal, they happen, but it's something you really have to consider when you're talking about these auctions. It's part of the whole process. It's you want to expect getting good deals, but also you want to expect not being able to get those deals even if you want them. Again, it's all up to them. It's not you. There isn't a binding thing. The only thing that's binding is when you win that auction that you say you're going to pay the price that you won the auction at, not whatever reserve the seller wants. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You're not magically going to end up paying $1,600 for something that you won for say $8K. It's simple. Then again, just expect it. If you get a super good deal, there's a really high chance that you're not not gonna actually get that for that price. But yeah, I mean, this happened to me. I ended up winning the auction for $1,300. The dealer wanted $1,600. Ended up getting it for $1,400. So yeah, bit of $100 loss for me. But then again, it's an online service, so you can pay with credit cards and you can win with points because this is technically an online purchase, and my Bank of America card gives me 6% back for online purchases. So yeah, that is around like what, $84 back. So I kind of just did make the difference back with that win. But yeah, really be considerate when you're making these purchases, and know that even if you do win a good price, there's a chance you might not get that at all. Now, in terms of surprises, there's also another layer. These are Motegi wheels. If you know anything about these things,
they are expensive. And honestly, if I took these off, cleaned them up a bit, maybe restored a bit of the color, I could probably sell these for a value that's more than what I even paid for the car itself. I paid around 1,400 for the car. These go for around that much used, good condition. Mind you, these are also a bit more vintage as these guys are a bit older. But nonetheless, you never know what you're gonna get, even these crazy surprises. Who knew?
Now let's talk interior. Now, always, as you can expect, it's an older interior from an older car, but that's not an issue. I really like these older BMW interiors, especially the orange like lighting that you get from it. It's quite interesting. And also, this is a really similar to E46 interiors, so if you're a fan of those, look into a Z4. Anyway, you don't know how the condition is going to be either. For example, this interior, this door panel right here was missing. This is aftermarket. It's a bit of carbon fiber. I know it was cheaper than the matte silver ones. Shoot me. Anyway, and really you don't really know what you're gonna get with that either. Sometimes there's loose parts. For example, this transmission is a bit loose around here. This isn't the best condition. There's a little bit of dings and scratches. The seats honestly are in really good condition. Don't mind the roof liner. I am currently fixing this. And honestly, also, there's a big question. Previous owner probably tinkered with this car as well. And that, as in of itself, might turn some people off. But they also tried to get some fixes going, but you never know. Other than that, it's a lot of just question marks that you should expect and never really be too confident about what's going to happen because you never know what's going to happen. And honestly, it's an experience. I honestly think everybody should at least try buy one thing off of auction. I was originally thinking of flipping this car because of the fact that I got it for a really good price. However, I'm just considering keeping this thing as a project as I really do like this car and I do think it would be really fun to make this into a track build, maybe supercharge it. I am considering a manual swap. That might beat me though. But regardless, it is definitely a project or something that I am excited about going forward with. So I do really hope that you guys do drop a sub, drop a follow, whatever, because I really am excited about this car and I do want to share my excitement about this car a lot more. So yeah, thank you.